Hi friends, welcome to my channel. This is Lori Reed. Today I want to talk about what to do when you're doing everything right and you get in a slump and you're just not losing weight. I'm on week 7 now of my Best Self journal. I started off really strong. You'll see I'm going to put up my graph of my daily weigh-ins, and I started out, I took the average of what I had weighed over that first week, and then I continued to weigh myself every day. I put in my minutes of exercise, the number of calories I consumed, and the calories that I burned. And I had really good results. I was consistently losing just a tiny amount of weight at a time, which is what my goal is. Then around the 4th week, I went out of town for a weekend and indulged a little bit too much over that weekend in things that I don't normally eat, and was shocked when I got back home and my weight was higher than it had been when I started at the beginning of this phase of my journey. And that was kind of hard. I thought, well, it's probably just water weight. I had some salty stuff. I didn't stay on top of my water. And so I downed lots and lots of water and the weight didn't come off. I got a little frustrated and stopped tracking altogether and just was like, oh, I'm gonna eat whatever. And also right around that time is when I had to have a toenail removed, and it halted my progress again on walking and getting any exercise done at all, because that was a lot of trauma for my foot and I needed some time to recover. And it's so hard. And people tell me this all the time, like, you get really excited at the beginning, especially the heavier you are, the faster the weight comes off. And then you hit this middle part of your journey, like I am. I'm down 60, almost 70 pounds, and I still have like 80 more pounds to go. And there's just this midpoint slump, and it's like, ugh. So here's what I've decided. What was working is not working right now, and something that's really important for us in our own personal development is to admit when we're not successful at something and we need to make a change. And maybe we were successful before. We can get back to where we were. Maybe we didn't succeed at all. And, you don't want to call yourself a failure, but it's okay to fail at things sometimes. So what do you do when you're off track and you need to get back on track? It's going to be different for everyone because it depends where you started at. So as I try to say in everything that I do and share, this is my story, my journey. And I hope that you can learn something from it that helps you on yours. But please don't take this as medical advice for your own situation. This is just what I'm doing and my story. So for the past 2 years, I have been daily ritually using MyFitnessPal to track how many calories I'm eating. I've been using a fitness watch to track my activity, how many calories I'm burning, and getting a good idea of how many calories can I eat, how much do I need to work to burn off in order to consistently lose weight. And I had that down pretty well and had been doing really great until I had my foot surgery. That recovery took much longer than I anticipated. It was much harder than I anticipated. The good thing is I did not gain any weight during my recovery from that foot surgery. I was able to just maintain and stay steady for about 3 or 4 months. I'm just now back to walking, and I've worked back up to an hour a day again. which last year it took me 6 months to get to an hour a day. So this go around, it's been much faster to get there. But here's what I'm going to change. Instead of tracking all of my calories and all of my food, I'm going to use my journal and I'm just going to write down what I eat. I'm going to write down the foods. I'm not measuring. I'm not writing calories. I'm just making a note of what I eat. I'm going to try and eat healthy foods that are nutritious, good for my body, not a lot of processed foods, which I've not really been eating much anyway, but this is what I'm going to change for a while. The entering into a database and having to look up the calories of every food, the measuring and trying to figure out what portion of a bag of lettuce I've eaten is just, it's getting to be too much, especially without seeing the results that I was seeing before. So I just need to simplify things. And this is true for lots of different times in my life when I get overwhelmed. The best thing for me to do is to step back, take the technology out of everything and just simplify. What can I simplify? What am I making too complicated? And I had been advised before by both of my health coaches at the Y that they were concerned about how detailed I was being in my food tracking, because that can be a sign of an eating disorder. That was not my situation. I have binge eating as a problem. And so for me, being aware of what I'm consuming is super helpful, but I probably don't need to do it as intensely and as measured as I have been. Like, I've been doing this for long enough now that I can look at a plate of food and know, is this a good amount for me? Is this too big of a portion, too small of a portion? I'm not at the place where I need to weigh and measure foods anymore. And I'm going to celebrate that and give myself a break and just eat what I need to nourish my body and to make me feel good, without over tipping that into binge eating. And that's where the journal comes in handy. This is going to be so hard for me. I am going to put the scale away and stop weighing myself every day. And I'm going to go to maybe once a month, or maybe just at the end of this journal, at the end of this 13 weeks. Because stepping on the scale every day and seeing the number right now is not helping me. In the past, it was super helpful to me and it was super motivating to me. But right now, it's not motivating me. And right now is where I am and where it's important to stay in. So if you're weighing every day or every week and that works for you, that is great. Do what you need to do. For me, I'm going to step back from the scale a bit. One of the things that I did do today that was super fun and exciting was to check my progress through my clothes. But I had fun trying on like what I call my fat pants. They were the largest pair of pants that I owned, my in-between ones, and then the next size that I want to get down to that I'm super excited about. There's really good stuff happening. I just need to shift how I've been doing things and where I've been putting my focus, because really the important thing is not so much all the numbers that I put up on my bathroom mirror. It's more of what's happening with my body and the progress that I'm seeing in my body. And so right now, I feel like that's what I need to focus on for me, to continue on my journey. I would love to hear where you are in your journey, and especially if you have any tips for me. Please leave those below in the comments, and I look forward to seeing you next time with my next update. Thanks for watching.